Welcome inside the Adams Tennis Complex in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It is a early, somewhat rainy Saturday morning here in Murfreesboro. My name is Nathan Vaughn. Joining alongside us tonight this morning, is analyst Zachary Loan. Today the MTSU Blue Raiders will take on the Austin Peay Govs in a women's tennis matchup. And thank you all for joining us for this morning.
Last week it was snow. This week is rain.
Yes, it's a lot of rain is coming into Murfreesboro over this weekend, but luckily we are safe, warm, and inside here at the Adams Tennis Complex. But an interesting matchup today, Zachary. MTSU, they're continuing on this very long homestand. They're taking on Austin Peay today.
Yes, definitely. And then Austin Peay, which is something that Coach Ross Brown talked to us about when the men's team played here, is they're all about academics right now. And of course, they are 2-0, but every single one of their players, besides a couple, are all either ITA Scholar athletes, and the other two are Dean Scholar athletes.
That's
so
pretty impressive.
The athletes, I think when Ross Brown told me last match that Austin Peay played against us in the men's, that the Austin Peay women's GPA is 3.97 as a team.
Huh.
So
I did not know that. Well, absolutely interesting. Again, Ross Brown, head coach for the men's and women's tennis team over at Austin Peay. And again, you talked a little bit about Austin Peay's record. Let's talk more about the Govs. Again, you did say correctly, they are 2-0 on this season. Wins against Carson Newman. They won that one 5-2, and wins against Central Arkansas. They won that one 4-3, but only 2 matches so far. You compare that against MTSU, who's played 9 matches so far this season. A definite difference in experience so far, Zachary. What issues do you think that's going to cause, if any?
Definitely. The only thing that I could see possibly negating the experience issue from Austin Peay for this season is that they are full of juniors and seniors and redshirt seniors. They have a total of 7 players, and 6 of them are at least a junior. So that could negate it.
Yeah.
But also, mid-season form, as we saw early, the women's team, they came out of the gates kind of slow because of not being able to get that experience. So now, being able to get that experience could help MTSU further their win streak into a 3-game win streak.
Absolutely, and that would get them at 500. That would get them at 5-5 in the season again after a bit of a rougher start. They lost their opening 3 matches. Again, we covered that a little bit. Those are all in January, matches against Vanderbilt, Kentucky, and ETSU. Those are not the worst teams to lose to. But since then, though, MTSU, they have won 3 of their last 4, the only loss coming at Ball State in their excursion to Indiana a couple weeks ago. But since then, yeah. So, again, looking at this season so far for Austin Peay, like we said, they're 2-0. Actually, interesting fact, these teams have played a lot. Both Austin Peay and MTSU. But MTSU, they have owned this series. 34-4 all-time, I believe, is the total series, with MTSU having won 17 of the last 18. It's pretty similar to the men's record against Austin Peay. These two teams have known each other. They're pretty knowledgeable of what the other is capable of. They might even know them a bit more personally, although that's just me speculating. I'm not 100% sure. But I think the familiarity is also a very interesting factor in this matchup. What do you think, Zachary?
It definitely is, but when you're looking at the MTSU women's roster, the top 3, of course, you have Zani, you have Lee, and you have Lydia, the 3 most experienced players on the team. But after that, you're going to have Love Star, you're going to have Moosgon, you're going to have Sophie, just all these other players who they may not have seen much before. Because of that COVID last year, everything really took a slow turn, and that really could benefit Middle Tennessee because there's not that much film out there on Lily Sophie and Moosgon and Noelle. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm glad you brought that up, Zachary, because it's going to relate to one of my keys to victory when we get to that later here in this pre-show. Again, we've got about a little over 20 minutes before our first serve when we kick off with the doubles. And so we'll get into all that in just a second. But looking more at MTSU, again, kind of going down their lineup, the only players right now with a winning record, at least in the singles department for MTSU, are that 2 and 3 spot, which is really interesting. It's Lydia Burrows, who we've seen at 1, but has now moved more to the 2 spot, And it's also, Zonnie Barnard, who is usually playing at either the 3 or 4 spot in the singles lineup. I think that's interesting. Usually we've seen MTSU winning with the bottom of the card, but it's kind of transitioning a little bit more. Someone that might have a little bit more information on that topic is head coach Tayo Bailey Duval of MTSU, who we're going to talk to in just a second.
When you're talking about the 2 and 3, also someone that's starting to get into midseason form is Lee. Lee is starting to take those third sets. Beginning of the year, just taking 3 sets and then dropping that final set multiple times in either a tiebreaker, 6-4, dropping that final break point. But now she's starting to go ahead and finish off the matches.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to head over now into our coach's interview here in the pre-show. Coach Bailey Duval is joining us once again. Coach, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Absolutely. Great to hear. Well, Coach, it's the third in a very long home stint for your team here at the Adams Tennis Complex. You are here until mid-March. How good does that feel?
It feels good. It feels like we've been driving all over the country. These long road trips, and we've been having to drive in 2 different vehicles in order to stay safe with the the distancing for COVID. So my GA has been driving probably more than she ever has because she's had to take the long hauls herself too. So we're kind of excited to kind of be hanging out home for a little bit. I think the girls can kind of hunker down a bit and focus on their midterm exams, and so it creates a little bit less stress.
Yeah, I know. I absolutely agree when it comes to exams and all of that as well. We'll certainly also have to ask, this is a team that you all have seen a lot historically speaking. What sort of things do you think Austin Peay is going to bring to the table today?
I mean, we played them last year. It was a 4-2 match. We had a few good matches. We lost doubles. We lost at 4 singles. And then there was a few other close matches also. So, it's almost the same story almost every weekend. We have a match that we know is going to be a battle to an extent on certain courts. And so we come in not taking anyone for granted and trying to, kind of win and go home is kind of the mentality I have with them. We're thinking typically towards the top of the lineup is going to be fairly strong. We expect that, and then hopefully we kind of start dominating towards the middle to the bottom of the lineup.
Speaking about that doubles point, the past 2 matches that MTSU won, we have dropped that doubles point. What are you saying to your team right now to try and get them motivated and in the right mindset to capture the doubles point this time?
Well, it's doubles is just it's a different animal, and you're only, with the experience level that some of the girls have coming in, it still can be an uphill battle even if you're a senior. So I think the confidence level, it still needs to continue to improve. In practice during the week, we do a lot of drills, and they do them very well. So if you came to practice, you'd be like, you guys are freaking awesome. Well, then we get into the match, and so there goes the mental toughness and then the confidence level. So we had a long talk about that this week, and hopefully that could transfer, and then we can see some similar plays and energy that we see in practice in our matches tonight.
The singles lineup that we've seen, that's just what we've seen so far, is the one that you've had in the last couple of matches. But the doubles, you've shifted around a lot in the last couple of weeks, including today. What are your opinions on why you made those choices?
At 3 doubles, we have young players there, and until a pairing really sticks out and glares at me to say, hey, you guys are really mending and working together, and we can build on that, then we'll probably change 3 doubles almost every other match. We have Lily Sophie as a freshman, you have Noelle Morrow as a sophomore, and we have Muskan Gupta today playing with Noelle. So it's almost just like a plug and chug and see what's going to fit.
You've talked about a little, but can you allude to a little bit more of what we can expect from the Govs today?
They're going to grind. I'm sure just like any team that plays us, and we may have a winning record, I expect they're going to come out with high energy and try to kind of take control of the match early. We're going to wear them down. We do that all the time. We hang in there with them, and then towards the middle to the second set, we see them kind of trail off. So we expect to kind of keep our energy high the whole time and kind of take head on what they're going to bring us.
Not the only match for you all today. You also have a match against Xavier later in the afternoon. What sort of issues or positives even do you think come from playing doubleheaders like this today?
I think the main positive is being able to kind of, making sure your stamina is high, high energy, a lot of times I kind of tell the girls when we get ready for conference play, we're going to have tough matches, consecutive matches in consecutive days. Although this one is 2 in 1 day, it's nothing that the girls aren't used to. Everyone grew up playing juniors, and we play multiple matches in a day. And so they just got to, I think we're fine. We've been doing well in the weight room. I think we'll be able to handle it and kind of push through. So doubleheaders may seem a little bit interesting, but if anything, college players now are used to doubleheaders. The men do it. All these other top programs, they do it. You just kind of get out there and kind of hunker down and try to build some stamina.
Okay, Coach, one last question before you go back to your team. How deep is this Austin Peay squad? I haven't seen them in a year. We didn't see them this fall. And because fall was canceled for them, I emailed them and see if they wanted to come to our invite, and they couldn't play in the fall. So their lineup almost is exactly the same as it was last year when we played them. I think their depth probably is going to be similar. Top 3 are going to be quite solid. 4 is going to be a decent match. I think we'll kind of trail off there at the bottom of the lineup. So, as long as my girls can kind of bring it and play confidently, I think we should be pretty successful there. And so I guess we'll just see what happens when the girls get out there.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Bailey Duvall, thank you so much for joining us. We wish you good luck for both of the matches today, and hopefully we'll see you later in the broadcast, and we'll talk to you about a victory.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, well, that's our coach's interview for today, and we'll obviously talk to her after the match in the broadcast in a couple hours' time. Again, Zachary, moving now to what MTSU and what Coach said, again, they seem to be kind of sticking with that singles lineup. They feel confident about it, but it's the doubles they're switching up. I actually like that approach. I really like that approach because I think even though these matches are important, the only thing that really matters in the grand scheme of things, because, let's be realistic here. This team's probably not going to win a national championship. But what's important is competing in Conference USA. And if you can figure out what doubles lineup works best for you before you get to that tournament at the end of the season, I think that's what's important, and they're obviously working on that. That number 1 doubles lineup, again, that seems to be kind of consistent, and then the rest of them kind of get moved around. Lovestar Alexis, who's someone we've talked about a lot this season, I think has been the rock in this doubles lineup. She's been so solid in the doubles matchup. What do you like from her, Zachary?
Well, Lovestar, she's really saved that 2 line the past few matches, and Coach Teo's has really swapped her doubles partner around. It was first it was Noelle, and then it was Muskan, and then Lily Sophie. So I think I think she's just trying to find someone with the confidence right now. As she was talking about the confidence that they kill it in practice. They run every drill to perfection. It's just getting that little bit of confidence, and you're starting to see that confidence slowly build back up for the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders.
Yeah, absolutely. So just around 15 minutes until we get underway here. Lovestar Alexis, again, the doubles record for her this season, 4 wins, 2 losses. No one else has a winning record. The only thing that comes close is a couple of ladies at 500, Lee Barnard. I think Lydia Burrows at 3-3, and like I said, Lee was at 4-4. So, and then obviously Zachary, last week the MTN broadcast was here for those matches with UTC, and obviously weren't here for the Murray State one. But I think it's really nice that they were able to pick up some of those wins. Most importantly, that UTC one, because Chat was undefeated coming in to that matchup. I think they were 5-0, and they were looking really, really strong. I think that was if you go back to a couple of matches ago, I want to think it was either Kennesaw State or Marshall. We were doing a coach's interview with Coach Bailey Duvall, and she said, well, we believe this team can run the table from here on out. And while they haven't done that necessarily, that win against Chat kind of tells you that maybe she wasn't too far off, because that's a very impressive win. And it clearly shows that this team is much better than its 4-5 record would necessarily hint at. And again, they can show that today if they come out and handle business against Austin Peay. Do you kind of agree with that sort of process, Zachary?
Definitely. And then take away the first 3 matches of the year when they were playing Vanderbilt and then played at Kentucky in East Tennessee State University.
Yeah.
After those 3 matches, they've only lost 2 more times. And those 2 matches, they lost 3-4 to Marshall, and they lost 3-4 at Ball State.
Yeah.
So they have really started to come into form. And again, this is a young tennis roster. This is a young tennis team. For instance, you have Lily Sophie, Noelle, Muskan, Liliana, Love Star. They're all sophomores or freshmen. So it took them a minute to get back and accustomed into this young season. But after that, go back to the UTC game. We're talking about confidence, correct?
Yes.
They dropped that.
Absolutely.
Yes. They dropped that doubles point, and then go back and you look at the number 1 singles. Lee Bernard wins the first set 6-4, then drops the second set tiebreak. At the beginning of the year, Lee was would struggle that next set to try to go down a break or 2, but she came back and she won the third set 6-4. Then you go to court number 3, another 3-setter. Zani wins the first set 6-4, loses the second set 6-3, and then wins that third set 7-5. So all these matches, they are close, yes, but now instead of losing those matches, those individual singles matches, MTSU is finding a way to win them, to come out on top.
Yeah, and that was the difference in that Marshall matchup where they had advantages where they could have closed it out, and in the end they just fell away from them. And again, it's also important to point out that the 2 matches that they've lost recently, Ball State and Marshall, both of those matches, exact same scoreline in 2020 before COVID hit. They lost 4-3 to Ball State, 4-3 to Marshall in almost the exact same fashion. The wins and who was on the last court is a little bit different, but for all intents and purposes, exactly the same. So I don't think this team is necessarily worse than last year's, because last year's women's tennis team, before obviously it was interrupted due to coronavirus, was looking pretty good. It was starting to come into its own, and then it got wiped away. And now they're back, and they seem to be finding that same form that they found at the end of the year. But again, it's closing. It's finishing the deal once they get that advantage. Seems to be an issue, which is why I think going back to Kennesaw State, which was one where Noelle and Lily Sophie Schmidt, they were, again, that's the young gun lineup. Noelle's the sophomore, Lily Sophie Schmidt the freshman. They were on court 3 doubles, and it came down to them. They were the ones that had to go out and clutch it, and they ended up doing it. And I think that was a really important moment, not for just them, but for the team in general, because that's the kind of things that they need to do if they want to end up, not just, oh, we're a good team in Conference USA, but how do you become a great team in Conference USA? How do you compete at that Conference USA tournament come the end of the season, which is what's really important, because I think that's the next step for the Middle Tennessee State University women's tennis program, is getting a big run or winning the Conference USA tournament. And maybe it's not this year, but maybe it's this next couple of years when you have this, what looks to be great young core of players like Love Star Alexis, like Lily Sophie Schmidt, Noelle Amaro. If they can get Liliana back from injury, how important would that be? Adds even more depth, because right now it seems like the team's doesn't really have, it's got 1 or 2 people that usually sit out, right? But if they can get Liliana in, even if she's only playing occasionally or in the lower part of the lineup, I think that's so important.
And she won't be back for the rest of this year because of that injury. But so starting off in the fall, it's going to be interesting to see that. But you're talking about closing. Go back to the MTSU Murray State game that they played Sunday. MTSU wins 5-2 after dropping that singles point, no, doubles point. So they, out of the 6 matchups, the singles matchups, they win 5 of them. And Lee on court number 1, who was our actually player of the game last time we were here, drops that first set 6-0. And at the beginning of the year, you're seeing MTSU with the confidence. We're like, oh, well, this match is over. There's no need to, they were having trouble getting back into the match. Comes back, wins that second set 6-3. In that third set, she goes down 4-1, goes down a break, comes all the way back, and then takes that set 7-6 and then 8-6 tiebreaker. And then everyone else, they dominated.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Zachary, I think we are only, looks like 7 or 8 minutes away from getting underway here. You could start seeing The Austin P players starting to float over. We'll probably have our national anthem soon, so I really quickly want to get into our keys to the game. I'm going to start off with my first one. It's really simple. Get in, get out. Coach Bailey Duvall talked a little bit about that. She hinted at it, that they want to go out and handle business and get out of here because they do have another match against Xavier. And I think Xavier, most people would agree, is probably the better team between the two that they face today. So I think the quicker they can get in, if they can finish those matches close, which is really important as well, there's going to save a lot of that stamina and try and save as much power as physically possible for their second matchup. The second one I got related to the first one, finish the job on your court. There's been so many times this season where MTSU's had the chance to put away a set, put away a game, had a break point, and it got away from them. They need to find a way to finish the job today, and like I said, get in, get out. Final one, win at the top of your lineup. They've been doing well at number 2 and number 3 spot in their wins. Like they need to get that number 1 matchup so it can make it easier on the young core. So that's going to fall to the Barnard twins. It's going to fall to Lydia Burrows. And that applies the same thing to the doubles lineup. I think it's super important for them to do that. Zachary, what are your keys to the matchup?
So mine are kind of the same as yours. On the first key, I have captured that doubles point.
Right.
The past 2 matches, they won despite not winning that doubles point. So it's going to be go ahead and get that doubles point to get key to their – I think we're actually getting ready.
Yeah, I think we're going to cut you off. We'll get back to it when we get back from this break because we have the national anthem coming up. This is Middle Tennessee Sports. We're coming to you live from the Adams Tennis Complex, and we'll be right back with the start of our doubles point. back inside the Adams Tennis Complex at Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We are about to get underway with the opening doubles matchups between MTSU and Austin Peay. Again, welcome back in. I'm Nathan Vaughn. Joined alongside us is our analyst for tonight, Zachary Lone. Zachary, welcome back. Good to see you. And let's get right on in. Let's talk about this doubles matchups that we're about to be getting into in just a second. The ladies are now onto the court. We just had our national anthem, and so let's talk a little bit about who we're going to be seeing today. So on court one for MTSU, it's going to be Lee Barnard and Lydia Burrows, and they'll be taking on Austin Peay's Fabian Schmidt and Danielle Morris. And then on court two for MTSU, it's going to be Lovestar Alexis, who we highlighted in our pregame as being really important in the doubles matchup. She'll be paired with Zani Barnard, and they'll be taking on Austin Peay's Alex Topolovich and Yana later. And then finally on court three, it's going to be MTSU's Noelle Morrow. She'll be paired with Muskan Gupta, who we talked about, a little bit of a shakeup at the bottom of the doubles lineup, and they'll be going up against Austin Peay's Anna Albertson and Honoka Nakanishi. So we're actually going to start at number two doubles. So again, MTSU, they're going to be in the pink today. Not sure if that's because late Valentine's celebrations or what. I probably should have. Oh, it's breast cancer awareness. Our director has just cued me in. Good to know. And a double fault already for the start for Austin Peay. So again, you talked a little bit about your keys to victory. One of them was the doubles point, Zachary.
Yes.
We cut you off at the national anthem. Feel free to continue. Where we were, because I think you were on your second one, so we can talk about that while we go through the opening games here.
I was, and someone's just a little deep. My second key of the game is in matches quickly for more rest. Going back to your point, playing Xavier a little later in the day, they absolutely need to get this done quick, because Xavier's going to be a tougher opponent than Austin Peay is.
Right.
So if they struggle against Austin Peay and it ends up going to about 1 to 2 o'clock, then they only get about 2 to 3 hours of rest instead of a 3.5 hour rest like they should get.
Right.
And then on my third key is take care of the bottom three courts. Those are the three courts that MTSU usually takes. And if they can take those courts today and they can get this doubles point, then they will get this match over really quick.
So I guess we're going to have like a little bit of a friendly bet here between us, because I said top of the card is the key, and you say bottom of the card is the key to victory. So, or maybe they'll win all of them.
Just win all 7.
Just win points. All of them, man. It's easy.
If it was only that easy.
Yeah, but again, in here this is court 2 doubles for Austin Peay. For MTSU, this is Lovestar Alexis and Zani Barnard taking on Alex Topolovich and Yana later for Austin Peay. And again, you can see court 1 doubles off to the right. And we've talked about how strong this number 2 court has been in the doubles matchup. It always seems like if they win the doubles point, this one wins as well. It's not mutually exclusive, it feels like.
And it's really not. This is usually the swing court in the matches. Usually MTSU kind of struggled with Lee and Lydia on court number 1. Of course, they're playing the 2 best from the opposing, the best doubles pairing for the other team. Of course, it's going to be a little tougher.
Yeah, but they actually, that court 1, they got a break right off the rip there on the opening service.
They must have heard what I was saying.
There you go. So opening service from Danielle Morris and Fabian Schmidt goes in favor of MTSU. So again, that is the top 2.
And I think we're going to court number 1.
Yeah, this is court 1. So this is Lydia Burrows serving. Yeah, that one went just a little bit wide, I think.
Yeah, that was a few.
The chair said it might have been wide. I thought he put his finger up, which indicates that it was long. But again, this is Lydia Burrows, Lee Barnard for MTSU. That's your number 1 and number 2 in the singles as well. So a real power spot in this lineup. just managed to like snatch that one out of the air.
Another update on court number 2.
Yes.
They also took the break.
They also got the break, yeah. So already 2 quick breaks in favor of MTSU. Looks like they took our advice, Zachary. They want to get this doubles point over and try and get all these matches over as quickly as possible. Conserve energy. Because, again, Xavier, they don't have to play another team today. They're probably sitting back at the team hotel, maybe having some breakfast.
Watching our broadcast.
Maybe watching the broadcast, who knows. That one just a little long for Lydia. Second serve.
And again, as Coach Teo said, that these girls, they're used to growing up playing multiple matches in a day. So this isn't anything new to them. Actually, I think it actually kind of helps them.
Yeah.
Get them into their rhythm. Because usually you see our women's team get stronger as the match goes on.
Right. Wears them down.
Yes. Whereas the other team down. So maybe they come in to the second match against Xavier, and they go full steam ahead and just run right through it.
Yeah. You want to save the energy, but also you're getting a little bit of a head start, get warmed up. Especially it's a bit colder. Obviously, it's warm in here, thankfully, in the Anthem Tennis Complex, and we thank them for that.
Yes.
But
there's another break.
Yeah, looks like we had a court 3. So that is our number 3 doubles team that we had talked about. That's Muskan and Noel. And here they are. This is court 3. Taking on Anna Albertson and Honoka Nakanishi for Austin P. But yeah, this is exactly what you want to see if you're an MTSU fan. You want to see them get in and out, win that doubles point, and quickly transition into singles. Couldn't quite get that one over. It kind of seemed like it came at an awkward angle there for, I believe that's Anna Albertson.
She got on the backhand there. She got too much on top of the ball. She went for too much power. Looks like she took her eye off it as well.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. It did take that awkward bounce right in front of her. Oh, there's an ace.
Yeah, it looks like that's Muskan that's serving right now, and she just caught the line there. No way for anyone to get a hand on that one. Or a racket, I suppose I should say. Again, we talk a lot about Muskan on this broadcast, and it's usually talked about how great she was at times during 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think she would probably agree, hasn't quite hit that gear that she found at times during 2021. She kind of did in their opening match against Vanderbilt. She played really well in that one. She ended up losing, but she played well. And I think
she lost 6-4, 6-4.
Right. Against a very good,
a top 15.
Yeah, a top 15 player in the nation.
And again,
there you go again. Goodness gracious.
That infamous sophomore slump.
I guess you could say, but not showing any signs of slumping right now.
Not right now. Maybe she's out of that slump.
Consummated the break. And I believe we have a special report coming in here.
Yeah, guys. Hey, interesting tidbit. What I noticed, 3 people have now been hit by a ball.
Yeah.
We have had Zani got hit in the back of the head by a serve from Love Star. Austin P hit their own doubles partner in the back.
Yes.
And also, Austin P hit a camera operator. So, the balls are just flying, guys.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Looks like they're having some trouble on court number 2.
Yeah, it was our special reporter for today, Dan Eschenfelder. He is watching courtside over here. He's keeping an eye on the court 2 doubles in front of us, and we thank him for that. He's been keeping us updated in case there's breaks happening on the other courts. Keeping an eye on that, but it looks like everything's remaining the same. Did see that it looks like
court number 2.
Yeah, it looks like court 2 is on serve now, so that's good news for Austin P, but it was a break back because I think he was using that pointed out the fact that the number 2 doubles broke on the first serve.
Yes.
But it looks like they got broken back.
Not only are they breaking cameras, they're breaking each other right now. So
yeah, breaking serves, yeah. This is Honoka Nakanishi for Austin P serving.
Oh.
And Alma Artson just gave that one no chance. Just immediately slammed it down. So we're actually going to quickly head over now to court 2. This is the most interesting one so far. It looks like everything else seems to be going pretty handily in favor of MTSU, but this one might be the closest of the bunch.
And again, I think they are going to retire these first set of matches.
I think so,
yes.
Yeah.
They are playing out doubles, correction. They're going to retire singles.
That's interesting. Usually you see it the other way around.
Yeah, definitely.
They retire the doubles and they play out the singles, but they want to instead play out doubles and retire singles. That's interesting to me. But we talked to Coach Ross Brown when Austin P came out for the men's. We talked about that in the pre-show. But he definitely knows what he's doing, so I'm not going to question him. Or I guess it's a coach's agreement more than anything. So I'm not going to question either of their reasons. I think it's a net positive though for MTSU and that might be why it's singles and they're playing out doubles instead, because MTSU wants to try and save as much stamina as physically possible for that matchup against Xavier later, which we will also be broadcasting here on MTN Sports.
Do you want to hear a fun stat about Coach Ross Brown?
Go ahead.
In the 2018-2019 season, he led the women's tennis team to a perfect 22-0 mark with 15 sweeps.
That's pretty good.
That's impressive.
And that's like I said, it's Austin P is they're a good team. I mean, obviously, some changes have happened, but they know what they're doing.
And again, they did win that conference championship that year.
Oh, just long. What a rally there between Love Star
and it looked like
the net.
Popovic.
Might be. I couldn't quite identify who it was. That's a great little rally there. It kind of looked like when you were a kid, you got on the Wii and played Wii Sports, when you got in the tennis one, and you would just go like back and forth at the net. Did you ever do that?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's the only way to play Wii tennis.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, Love Star just seems to have it today, which is good news for the Blue Raiders. And we've seen her flash that a couple of times this season, but it's good to see. This is court 1. So this is Lee Barnard and Lydia Burrows taking on Fabian Schmidt and Danielle Morris for Austin P. Oh, wow. And I think, Lee snuck it in there down the line. It was a lot of little cross-court action there. But Lee decided to go for the pass, and indeed she did complete the pass. Megan, you see them kind of laughing about it with each other. Lydia's probably telling her, good job.
So now MTSU is up a break on all 3 courts, but they're up 2 breaks on this court right here.
Yeah, so that's why you pick your number 1 and number 2 singles. They can just do things like that. I mean, just making it look really easy right now. Which is great news for a Blue Raider fan. Not so much an Austin P fan. But anything's possible in the doubles point. I've seen crazier things happen. actually surprised that Lydia let that one go earlier in that point there. I thought she might try it. She gave it up to Lee Barnard, and they ended up finishing it anyways. But it's a very dangerous game playing at the net in doubles because those things can come flying at you, and you have to make a split-second reaction to it. But if you want anyone to do it, I think Lydia is a great choice.
Oh, another
And
one
that
there.
was, yeah, great work.
And the thing about Lydia is that's how she plays singles as well. She's a serve and volley type of player. So she likes playing up at the net. So she's not afraid of those things. She has the confidence to play up there.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the all-time leaders up there in the leaderboards for...
She ranks number 2 in program history.
Yeah. Singles victories. Very impressive stat for her. That's a great serve right there. From Austin P.
Lydia had no chance of that one.
So it's seen some good serves so far in these matchups. We saw Muscan earlier with 2 aces. Now Austin P nabbing one here. It does look like that there are breaks on all the courts still
intact.
So MTSU looks like they're firmly in the driver's seat to take this opening doubles point. But again, like you said, they're going to play out all the doubles.
So now on this court we're watching, it is 4-0 in favor of Lydia and Lee.
That one long.
Well, they're doing what we've told them to. We've said our keys were so far.
Absolutely.
Oh,
that's unfortunate.
And that's that power you were talking about.
Yeah, Lee always, and Zani as well, they just bring so much power that a lot of competitors they face just seemingly can't handle. I think when they play top of the line, either ranked in the top 100 or just generally all conference players, usually they're good enough to kind of handle it and go with it. But what's interesting is that neither of the Barnard sisters really ever seem to run out of gas necessarily. That's a great play at the net there by Austin P. So they try and get at least a game on the board.
And right there, the Austin P player, she was right at the net. And with that cross court hitting at her, she had plenty of time to recognize where the ball was coming from and the speed of it and judge it. So if you're going to hit at her, you want that to come from Lee.
Looks like we had another break on court too. Well, we had talked about how the second court for doubles has been so consistent, but it seems like they're the ones that are getting the roughest go of it. We'll keep our eyes on that.
And I think we just heard this is 40-30, so this is going to be Austin P's first chance at a game win.
So pretty important.
You don't have to few of those to win a match.
I mean, I've seen people come down from 0-5 in a set before. A couple match points. That one wide.
Just a bit outside.
Just long on that one.
So this is deuce.
Yeah, deuce here.
Deciding point, as you just heard from the chair umpire.
We do play no ad, which I kind of personally prefer. When it comes to professional setting, obviously I prefer advantage. But when it comes to these, I think it's in the best interest of the game not to have them stick out here, both the men's and the women's, for too long.
Definitely.
That one long. Second serve coming up here. Good opportunity for MTSU to pounce on this. Oh my goodness. Well, I think Lee's just going to kind of throw her hands up on that one and say, yeah, I can't do much about that. So
You got me there.
Austin Peay's on the board now on court 1. So we're going to head over now to court 3. This says Muskan Gupta and Noelle Morrow taking on Anna Albertson and Hanukkah Nakanishi. I believe Anna Albertson is serving for Austin Peay. Looks like that one just went a bit long. Looks like that's the end of that one.
So that's going to be 3-2.
Yeah, so the changeover now. I believe court 2 is up right now, so let's go take a quick peek over there, see how things are going. This is Love Star Alexis and Zani Barnard. Couldn't quite get that one, and that one's also going to the changeover, so.
Well, let's go back to court 1.
I think court 1 is about to get back underway. Looks like they're back out. Funny how that works. You know, it's almost like when you're on TV and you're watching TV and like change the channel because it's on commercial, and then the other one's also on commercial, so you get like 5 or 6 channels in a row that are on commercial.
Yes.
It's that's what it feels
the
like.
Worst feeling, especially because they're like 3 minutes long.
Yeah. No commercials here though for MTN Sports.
Well,
when we have breaks between the doubles and the singles, obviously, and after the matches and whatnot.
What a return.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about then, so you're not missing anything interesting. But we will stay live with you until the conclusion of the doubles. Then we'll take a quick break, then we'll go into the singles.
But our break isn't 3 minutes long, so.
True. Couldn't quite keep that one down. So advantage early on to MTSU. Again, they just need to pick up 2 more games and they will clinch this number 1 doubles court.
And right there, it looks like Danielle Morris. She was inching her way over and over and over, and then she pounced trying to get the shot off at the net, but as I thought we played Let's in college.
It depends, I think. Depends on what the court judge rules. It can at times, but it really comes down to it depends. So that one goes a little long here.
And then on court 5, we are still on serve at 3-2 with.
Actually, no, it's a break. I think it's on court. Might be. Yep. It looks like it's. Scoreboard says it's 3-2. Still in favor of MT with Muskan Gupta. Looks like she's serving. Catching on the corner of my eye. You can kind of see it on the right side of your screen here.
Yes.
That's one we talked about Noelle, how she's kind of been the X factor
in doubles so far.
Yeah.
She has kind of struggled this year. As
great pass through.
She is 1-12 in doubles overall.
1-12? Like in her career?
No, this season. She is 8-27 in her career in doubles.
Oh, I see. Well, it's it doesn't look like they'll be struggling too much. They hold their serve over on court 3. They're now up 4-2 in that match. So still on track. We're keeping an eye on court 1 right now, though. This is Lydia Burrows.
Do you want to hear another funny stat?
Define funny. Is because if it's funny and they're not doing too well, I don't think it's funny.
Well, it's not. They're not doing too well. On Saturdays this year,
Yes.
MTSU women's team is 1-4.
Ooh. Saturdays are in fact not for the ladies.
Every other day, 3-1.
3-1. Well, maybe they could turn it around today. They're on track so far with a break lead on 2 courts. Last time I checked, they were all even on court 2, or on serve at least. Again, just hawks that one out of the sky. And this is a chance for MTSU to try and put away this first court of doubles. Again, you can kind of keep an eye on both of the matches that are ongoing. That's court 3 doubles on your right, court 2 doubles on your left. So we can kind of keep track of how the other matches are going out of the corner of our eyes, as we can't get that one to fall in play. See Coach Ross Brown standing between the court 1 and court 2. And on the opposite side of him, Coach Bailey Duvall, who's on court 1 and 3. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, MTSU just dropped that break right here on court 1.
Did they? Actually did not. I guess they did.
Didn't mean to interrupt you there, but developing news.
Still a double break, though, it was for
Yes.
MT, so now down to 1 break. But if they can break back here, then they're back in business. Oh, my goodness. How have they managed to get that one back in? Impressive play at the net there from the Govs.
What a play there by Fabian
Schmidt, I believe. Again, just kind of keeping. All right, out here looks like Love Star smashed home a winner on court 2. Still continuing here on court 1, and it really looks like Austin Peay is starting to find the momentum. Well, you know, Zachary, I did talk about it, how all it maybe was going to take was that 1 game win, and maybe something would start up, and it looks like it could be 3 games in a row here for Austin Peay if they're able to close this one out. But the good news is that on court 3, MT has taken a double break. They will serve for the match on court 3 after this changeover.
And right now, it looks like there's a little bit of a miscommunication between Lee and Lydia. As you saw in that last point, Lydia let that one go at the net, thinking that Lee was behind her.
Yeah, how important was that deuce winner now? It's becoming more and more apparent. But will it be enough? Because MT still has a break advantage on this court, even if they drop this 3rd game in a row. And meanwhile, I believe it's Noel.
So they are not playing Let's today.
I guess not. But it looks like Noel is serving for the match on court 3. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
gosh, and it just gets in there. Yeah, you can see Austin Peay. They just laughed that one, and they're like, that was a crazy rally there. So we're now going to head over to court 3. This is Noel and Muskan Gupta. They're going to be serving for the match here to give MT halfway there, claiming that doubles point. They have to close it out here. Here we go, Zachary. This is our keys right here, closing it out.
The biggest one that both of us highlighted.
Absolutely. as Austin P did end up holding in that game on court 1. So it's 4-3 in favor of MT. They'll be up to serve.
Still up that one break. Oh. Up that on court 2.
Yeah, looks like court 2, they got a break over there too. Left star Alexis and Zonnie Barnard, so that's helpful news for MTSU, and it looks like Noel isn't too far off now from clinching this one, barring commentator's curse sneaking in here. I don't have wood to knock on here. Like our table is plastic. I mean, we have the wall.
But that's plastic too.
That is, yeah.
Not plastic, but plaster.
We ask our viewers at home to find the nearest piece of wood and just give it a quick
Here's
little...
a cardboard. Is cardboard count as wood?
No, not really.
Not
I
really?
don't think so. Double fault there from Noel. Again on the precipice of closing this doubles out. And again, we had talked a little bit how the struggles for Noel in doubles. Maybe this would be a turnaround win for her. She's able to close it out.
And again, she's only a sophomore as well, so.
Absolutely. That one's long as well.
Again, the biggest thing right now for Muscon and Noel is just confidence.
Yeah.
As Coach Teo,
Was that maybe a break?
that was a break.
Yeah. So Noel can't close it out. They still have the break from earlier, though. So there's still. So it'll be Muscon will get a chance to serve for the set, assuming that MT doesn't just break here.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I believe this is Anna Albertson serving for Austin P.
Well, there's 15 love right now.
Yeah.
We'll love 15. Love 15.
I actually think. No, it's 4-3. Sorry, I thought I got my courts mixed up. I thought maybe MTSU was serving for it on court 2, but they're not.
On court 1 and 2, though, they're serving to go up 5-3.
Yes, that's right.
To hold serve and then stay up that break.
Keeping an eye on court 3 right now. Austin Peay serving to stay alive in the match. Good job by Muscon to pick that one out and thread the needle between the two. Again, if they can just use this game, even if they don't end up breaking and winning the match, I think if they can just use this game as a way to kind of get the momentum back a little bit, if they can push them hard, create an opportunity, that might help them close it out in the following service game for them. If they even get that far, they can always just win the match here with a break.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Big there from Noel. Staving off
Yeah.
those two huge
That was
forehands.
also a bit of a sketchy point because you saw that ball kind of fly in near the court at the end there, but I think, Austin Peay, I think they could have opted to say, Well, there's a ball in the court now. I don't want to do anything about that, but I don't know. Maybe they missed it or they were just
Well, at
too
that
into
point, it looked like they had all the momentum in that point.
Yeah. Very much not how it ended up.
That's match
Chance
point.
here. Yeah, that's match. Right there. So that point right there, it indeed proved to be the turnaround there.
And then
And MTSU, they pick up that number 3 court. So already halfway to victory.
then look at court number 2 right now.
Yep, we're going to go court 2.
And that one is 4-4 on serve again.
Austin P managed to find a way to break back again. This one has just been a roller coaster today. So we're down to court 1 and court 2. So we are now going to head into a nice little feature that we have here where we can look at both the matches ongoing at the same time. So here we go. We've got court 1. That's Lydia Burrows and Lee Barnard on your left. Court 2's on your right. That's Zani Barnard and Lovestar Alexis.
And they're both on serve now.
Yes. On serve in the match score, not on
Yes.
serve necessarily, yes. Oh, wow.
Big point there.
A lot of really tough angles and spots for them to dig out these points, but they're finding a way to do it. There's indeed closing time. Well, MTSU's going to have to earn this doubles point after it looked like they were on the easy road to victory, but it's like we've been talking about, Zachary. They've been having some issues taking advantages, keeping them, and then closing them out for wins. This is
the prime example of it.
Yeah, this is a good Austin P team, though. They shouldn't be discredited, though, for making the best out of the opportunities that's either been given them to or they've created.
Again, 22-0 last full season that Austin P played. So this is not a normal mid-major team.
Right. So we are at 4-all across the board, and I believe, just 1 second, that one's going to hit the roof. So Austin P on court 2, it is 5-4, and MTSU will serve to keep the match alive. We're keeping an eye on court 1 now. That one went long. We're actually hearing it just behind us on court 6. Couple of MTSU women's players. You can actually see it right behind us here. They're warming up for their singles. It's going to start.
Yes.
Just after this doubles point concludes, which should be in the next, let's call it like 10 minutes. We can go longer, of course, if this goes 6-all. We head into a tie break. Because, again, we're going to finish all of our doubles today, and they're going to retire the singles.
A little bit of backwards, what we're used to.
Yeah, so that's the information we were given. A good opportunity here for court 1. Snag a break, and they would have a chance to serve out for the match and for the doubles point. It's a great job there by Austin P. Again, the net play between both of these teams has really been superb in these matchups so far. And you can see court 2. It's about to get back underway. Looks like it's going to be Lovestar Alexis that's going to be serving to keep MTSU alive on court 2. I think when it comes to doubles, though, you probably wouldn't want the ball in anyone else's hands when it comes to crucial moments. Lovestar has been electric.
Yes.
Doubles matchup so far this season. Snags the point over there, but
in big moments, her heartbeat, kind of slows down. That
Enters
cliche.
bullet time.
Yes.
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 See the Matrix.
Oh, yes.
I don't have the cool sunglasses on me, unfortunately.
To demonstrate.
Yes. Plus, our cheers don't let us lean back for the.
You're dressed like he was, kind of.
I think it's the black suit and
the black suit.
Yeah. I'm more of a navy today.
More of a navy.
Again, keeping an eye on court 2 here. Love Star trying to keep them alive here, and this is a big couple of points coming up here for.
They may have to reverse the trend.
Very much so.
To get losing that court number 2 to win the doubles.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? This is an important point here. Austin Peay can win the game with this one. And indeed it is. It drops just enough, so Austin Peay takes the advantage. They're 5-4 up on both courts now. So all of a sudden, it looked like Austin Peay at the beginning and middle parts of our doubles point that they were absolutely going to end up dropping this one, but now they have a chance. It's still on serve, though. But with the way MTSU has been serving now, I mean, again, Zach, it's 5 straight games now on court 1 for Austin Peay.
And then on court number 2, which we're watching right now,
that one goes long.
Love Star double faulted, and then just another unforced error put that one all the way on court number 1.
I think this might be match points here for.
That may have gone all the way over to court 3.
Yeah, but I believe these are match points here now for Austin Peay. That's long. That's it. Yeah, so the match going to go to Austin Peay. Alex Topolovich, Yana later. They end up winning that against Love Star Lexus and Zani Barnard. And all of a sudden now, Austin Peay, they might be like thieves in the night. They might come in and just steal this doubles point now because it's going to come down to Lydia Burrows, who's going to be serving on court 1. This is your doubles point right here, folks. It comes down to this. That's so unlucky there for Lydia. It came off the top of the tape there, and it just caught the line. So she had to play it, and Austin Peay was able to deal with that one.
And that came after a big backhand there from Danielle right down that singles line.
Yeah. MTSU in trouble now. They need to win this service in order to stay alive for the doubles point.
Well,
Austin Peay, they're into this now. They absolutely have a real shot at this.
It's Love 30 right now.
MTSU, if they lose this, it would be 6 straight games. They would have lost up 4-0. Zachary, we talked about this so much. We both highlighted it. Closing the deal. It's just been such an issue. And man, oh man, is this a moment in the season right now?
This just sums up how it's gone so far for MTSU.
Gosh, it is quadruple match and doubles point for Austin Peay.
Wow.
MTSU, they have to win 4 points in a row now in order to win this doubles point. How in the world has this gotten away from them? I mean, but you have to give credit to Austin Peay. They've really made the most of this. They stood strong, and they have really done well to get themselves back in this. There it is right there, Austin Peay. It's Fabian Schmidt and Danielle Morris. They win at 6-4, and court 2 also goes in favor of Austin Peay 6-4. And Austin Peay, thieves in the night, have come in and stolen this doubles point. Massive props to them for it, and they take the 1-0 advantage heading into singles. MTSU, they had breaks on all courts. They had double breaks.
On courts 1 and 3.
Yeah, they ended up closing out court 3, but court 1, 6 straight games. Austin P ended up winning, and they will take that advantage. And we will have a lot to talk about when we come back from break here, but we're going to take a quick short break here before singles action starts. This is MTN Sports on the CUSA Network. We'll be right back. back to the Adams Tennis Complex. We are just moments away from the start of singles play. And Zachary, we are back after doubles point. Going in favor of Austin P. They end up winning court 1 and court 2 doubles. MTSU taking court 3. And quickly, we're now going to head over into court 1 of singles. And we'll talk a little bit more about that doubles point in just a second. Let's talk a little bit about the singles lineups we're going to be seeing. So on court 1 for MTSU, it's going to be Lee Barnard taking on Austin P's Fabian Schmidt. So a quick rematch from that number 1 doubles court. And the same is true for court 2. It's going to be Lydia Burrows for MTSU taking on Austin P's Danielle Morris. And then on court 3, MTSU's Zani Barnard is going to be facing Austin P's Yana Later. And on court 4, it's going to be MTSU's Muskan Gupta. She's going to be taking on Austin P's Palladini Jennings. And then on court 5, it's going to be Lovestar Alexis and Austin P's Topolovich. And on court 6, we had a bit of a switch up. We were expecting Noelle Morrow on that court 6 singles. Now it's going to be Lily Sophie Schmidt instead. It's going to be taking on Austin P's Anna Albertson. And again, we were watching court 1. This is Lee Barnard and Fabian Schmidt, a rematch of, again, that number 1 doubles meeting. And Zachary, let's talk about that number 1 that doubles point, because that's man, we kind of hammered it home in the pre-show, and I don't mean to brag when we're right, but we were a little right. I mean,
you're going to hear another funny stat. This one's actually good for MTSU.
Okay, that's good news. Thank you.
So the past 2 matches that they've won, of course, they won, what was it, 4-3, 5-2?
Yeah.
Guess what they did with the doubles point?
They lost it.
They dropped it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's their thing. Maybe they don't win that doubles point. They feel better about them. They get more confident.
I don't think Coach Bailey Duvall is happy about it, though. And I think she's probably going to have a lot to say when we talk to her following the completion of these matches. And again, the interesting part of that, we're retiring singles matches once one team hits 4. It's over after that. So
we aren't playing them out this time.
Yeah, not playing all of them out. But yeah, I mean, it was 4-0 on that court 1. They had the break, which, to be fair, on court 2, that one was back and forth. I can kind of see that one getting dropped. That one's understandable, and then MTSU wins on court 3.
Dominates on court 3.
Yeah, they had that one, outside of Noelle dropping her serve to start the match, but then they immediately broke, and then that was it. But man, oh man, that court 1 doubles is that's gonna leave a foul taste in your mouth. I mean, when you're up 4-0 and then you lose 6 straight games to drop that doubles point, it's brutal. It is brutal, and I almost wonder. I mean, you have to have a quick reset button. Mm-hmm. How quick is your reset button going to be after that for that top of the card?
Lee's was really quick. She was already gone up a break.
Yeah, she's taken out her energy. Well, they went up a break really quickly in doubles as well.
That's true.
This is no longer it's just about 1 set. This is 3 sets now. So this is Lydia Burrows, who was also in that as well.
On court 3, Hazani actually went down a break.
Looks like it. So that's kind of the early action we're seeing right now. So, yeah, I think it's really going to come down. You said bottom of the card, key to victory. I said at top of the card, key to victory.
Well, we're ready to make sure both of ours.
I mean, I guess both can be true at the same time. They can succeed at the bottom of the card and lose at the top, or vice versa.
That is very true.
They're probably going to need both to win the match overall to get to 4.
They're going to have to get both of them.
Right.
Oh.
Break for Lydia, though.
She wanted that one back.
Yeah. So that's a great start for MT. They now have picked up breaks on the opening service games of court 1 and court 2. And again, you can see the actions going on behind us. That's court 6. That's Lily Sophie Schmidt.
Yes.
Again, we were expecting Noelle Morrow. We were told Noelle Morrow. And then we kind of noticed some movement. And then all of a sudden it was Lily Sophie Schmidt was over there. So this is court 3, though. This is Zani Barnard taking on Austin P's Yana Later. And looks like the Play site is not letting us watch it, so we're gonna move quickly over somewhere else real quickly. But yeah, I mean I think it's interesting that they decided to go with Sophie Schmidt. We haven't seen her too much this season. Usually we see her in doubles. That's where she usually pops up, is in doubles. But again, the freshman from Germany, Sophie Schmidt. I was really interested to see how she would get on, because she's kind of seems to be the odd man or the odd woman out right now in this lineup, because it's kind of in the same six in singles, and then she sometimes pops in the doubles, but they keep shuffling the doubles around. She's been given this opportunity. I guess Coach Billy Duvall maybe didn't like what she saw from Noelle. I'm only creating a hypothesize. I don't know how exactly if there's a plural for that. We'll have to talk to Coach Billy Duvall after the match is over. But we're looking at a couple more. Again, like we said, we have the breaks on the court 1, court 2, and now court 4, which is Muskan Gupta. And I think you know just as well as Isaac that Muskan has not had the best of luck in singles recently. Like we said, she was kind of in a bit of that slump. But she seems to hopefully be coming out of it right now. And that would be a big one.
Again, Austin Peay is one of the best mid-major teams in the country in women's tennis. Since 2018 and 2019, guess what their combined record is?
Shoot, I don't know.
33-4. They have won 33 games and have only dropped 4 matches. So it's not like Austin Peay is just a pushover. They are a very, very good team.
And that really started to turn around with Ross Brown, and a lot of credit to him.
Yes.
And the Austin Peay coaching team and the athletic Clarksville, right? Clarksville, correct?
It is Clarksville.
Yes, okay.
It is Clarksville.
I was pretty sure, but I wanted to make sure. I never want to watch it. Again, we're having a bit of technical issues right now with our system, so we're just trying to keep you updated. Luckily, it happened early on and not later on.
Yes.
Because I know we had issues with the system a couple of weeks ago when it actually cut off right as Noelle, and I had to move my head out of the way. Zach, I think you were a reporter then?
I was reporting.
Yeah, you were reporting.
I was reporting.
Yes. He was out running around for us, and I had to duck my head and show the match through the bars there. And just keeping you guys updated. It looks like on court 3, Zani Barnard did break back, so that one is now on serve at 1-all.
So while we're waiting on Playside to come back up, let's go ahead and let's look at MTSU Blue Raiders' first 2 conference matches, which
That's
is coming
true.
next.
That is coming up soon.
Next Saturday, next Sunday, against La Tech and Southern Miss. La Tech
That's big ones.
is 4-3.
Okay.
And their biggest win is coming. It looks like Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas and Stephen F. Austin.
Central Arkansas also, they played Austin Peay. Austin Peay won that one 4-3, so a combined opponent.
And now Southern Miss, they are not as lucky. They are 3-1, but they have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches postponed.
That's rough.
Yes.
I'm assuming that's probably combined from some sort of COVID issues either within their program or the other programs, and then probably a little bit of the weather recently probably didn't help as well. That's unfortunate.
Well, that's a good news.
Yeah.
Right there.
It looks like we might be getting our systems up. Yes.
There we go.
There we go.
There it is.
Nice. So this is court 1.
Well, we talked about Lee going up a break.
And she got broken right back. That's just how it seems that's how it goes here. And Lydia also was broken at her first service game too.
Well,
it's going to be one of those days. I could tell. We're going to be here a while. This is not what we were. This is not the key. This is the keys to not winning. The keys to unvictory. Maybe we should put down in the keys to victory for the Xavier match, lose every match, don't win the doubles.
We were right.
We were right. I know.
We can't.
No, but I meant that's what we should do. They
should
need
do.
to close it out. They need to do that.
Oh,
and they
yes.
didn't do it. So maybe if we just put lose every single point or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, actually interesting update. Court 3 now. Zani Barnard held her serve, so that one's on serve 2-1. Like we said, court 1 and court 2, early breaks for MTSU, but it immediately got turned back by Austin P. That one's on serve at 1-all. See court 4, that's Muskan Gupta is on serve.
What a forehand there, right down the line.
And then it looks like love star Alexis has a break on court 5. Everyone that's had a break so far has lost it, it would appear.
Except court 5.
Except court 5. 4 now.
Well,
I spoke about the commentary curse. I feel like it is definitely alive and well inside the ATC today.
yeah.
I really don't. Please do not take your anger out on me. See, this is why I'm glad they don't give us
The difference is the commentators like has it missed and blah blah blah. We're just our keys just came.
What is it? The Dr. Pepper commercials.
Oh,
It's
yes.
automatic. No way
Or
he misses this.
Double doink from the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. But anyway, this is still court 1. Lee Barnard.
As there's a ball that rolls onto the court.
Yeah. Or maybe they might have went out or something like that. Not 100% sure what's quite happened there.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yeah, looks like Austin P ended up holding their serve. So 2-1 advantage for Fabian Schmidt and Austin P on that first court. And again, Austin P, they just need 3. And they will end up taking this match. And what a win that would be for Austin P, though. If they end up winning this again.
34-4 in the last 3 years.
Yeah, it's 34-4 all-time series. MT has won 17 of the last 18 matches against Govs. And needless to say, this would be not a good loss for MT, but it would be a great win for Austin P. And so I know if there are any Govs fans watching there, feel pretty pumped. This is court 3. This is the other Barnard sister. This is Zani. She's taking on Yana later. This is on serve. MT up 2-1. That one just long from Zani. And interesting, I just saw this score get updated. Lily Sophie Schmidt, who's directly behind us, has a break against Anna Albertson. And also Lydia Burrows just got her break back. And now Love Star Alexis held hers. Okay, so things, a lot of score updates just kind of went boom, boom, boom
Kinda
right
like,
there. Now it's almost like, you know those movies where like a plane, like they all like flights get canceled and you see the whole board like flip over at the same time? That's what it felt like. And it went all in favor of MT, so that's great news. That's great news for MT. And again, kind of see it behind us here. That's the Lily Sophie Schmidt matchup. So MT now has a couple of good breaks. Lydia Burrows, Love Star Alexis, Lily Sophie Schmidt. That's 3. They need one more, though, Zachary, to end up taking the singles. But obviously, very early on, with the amount of breaks and back and forth we've had so far, it is way too early to make a call. I feel like Steve Kornacki on election night. It's too early to call. We do not have enough information to feel comfortable about where this is going. But certainly, while it's uncomfortable if you're a fan, if you're a neutral or you're just enjoying the matches overall, you've got to be pumped because it looks like we're in for a good hour or two of tennis this afternoon. And then obviously, again, we have another matchup later today that's also going to be broadcast here on MTN Sports between MTSU and Xavier. And we hope you join us for that as well. That one also promises to be a banger when it comes out. Zach, any other thoughts on any other fun stats on Austin P that think of? Because we all heard about the record. We talked about the success of Ross Brown. Any other tidbits that you found interesting as we kind of navigate our way through the opening couple of matches here?
Both of Coach Brown's daughters went on to play college tennis.
This is court 5, by the way. This is Love Star Alexis, who has a 3-0 lead in this first set. Looks like we're starting to figure out our technical difficulties. Thank you again for everyone that's held strong with us.
So now we're at breaks on court 2, court 4, court 5, and court 6.
Yes. See, we just need to talk bad about them. That's how it works. And Love Star Alexis taking on Austin Pease Topolovic. Great serve there. Just caught it in there, and Love Star tried to get it back in play and just missed. Again, Zachary, this is much better news here.
That's how a W, so.
Yeah. I was about to say that. I was like, that's exactly what we said last time.
But again, MTSU, the Lady Raiders, they are better in singles than they are doubles. They are a very strong singles lineup from top to bottom. That's how they win most of their games.
It's actually funny because a couple of years ago, they felt a lot like how the men's team is, because the MTSU men's team very rarely drops doubles points. And when they do, they usually lose.
Yes.
Their road to victory is almost always paved through the doubles point. And for a while, I like that. They won the doubles point. They probably ended up winning the match. If they probably. Now, it definitely feels like MT, like you said, Zachary, drives itself through the singles lineup. And if they pick up the doubles point, then the other team is really in danger.
Definitely. But I mean, they're never out of a match because of how strong they are. For instance, you have Noelle, who's a very strong singles player, sitting out, and they're not losing a beat by putting in Lily Sophie.
Right.
So from top to bottom, from the 1 to the 7, they could all win. They could all, win their scores.
Yeah, and just imagine if they also had Liliana Danilovsky as well, who was, of course, like you said, out for this season due to an injury. I think it could really add and then obviously, but she'll be back. She's only a freshman.
Yes.
She'll be back for the 2021-22 season. So we hope to see her then. When there are obviously a lot of finish well done. There's a lot of veterans that are going to be leaving this team after this year. The Barnard twins and Lydia Burrows. That's a lot of firepower.
That's your top 3 courts.
Top 3 courts
Your
are all
top 3
gone.
courts.
So you're going to have to find. And obviously, maybe not quite at the level of the men's team, which I think is a kind of an, unfair bar to compare against in terms of recruiting. But she has done a solid job in recruiting. I mean, look at getting someone like Love Star Alexis. When you get someone from a prestigious school like Montverde Academy in Florida, I think that they've done a very solid job, and obviously Noelle.
Oh, definitely.
Was not the easiest job. Of course, taking over. I believe it was Coach Charlie. Which was it? Third season now for Coach Bailey Duvall, I think. Pretty sure it's her third season as head coach. And again, first 2 seasons, kind of still building up what she wants this roster, what she imagines this roster to be. But now she's really getting her recruiting classes, the people that she's recruited in. And I'm really excited to see what she can build here in Murfreesboro. As we're now going to head over to Court 6. This is Lily Sophie Schmidt, the freshman from Germany.
Well, in 2019, MTSU ranked number 24 in the top mid-major classes in recruiting.
Yeah, I think that was Lily Sophie Schmidt, right? That was her class.
Yes, and Liliana.
And Liliana Danilovsky, yeah. That one is just wide from Lily Sophie Schmidt. But Court 5, Love Star is on a roll right now. She's up a double break. 4-0 is the... Oh, no. Okay, maybe I should have mentioned that it was 4-0. talk about let's not talk about let's not talk about that part. But I think they're on a good track right now. It looks like court 1 is on serve. Court 3 is on serve. Lydia Burr still has that advantage on court 2. Court 4, Muskan still has a break. So breaks on 2, 4, 5, 6. So right now, Zachary, you definitely have the advantage. This bet side paves the road to victory. The bottom of the card is longer of the two so far. But that's where MTSU has done a lot of its work.
Yes, exactly. But they are going to have to take up one of those top 3 courts.
Yeah.
And right now it's looking good for Lydia.
Yeah.
But again, this is a 3-set match.
That is absolutely true. The number 2 spot seems to be the money spot, at least on the top of the card. I think MTSU, that's one of the few winning records they have. They do really well at number 2 singles, whether it's Lydia. I think Lee's also played there and won. I believe it was ETSU. Lee was the only one that won when they traveled to Johnson City to play the Bucks. And it was Lee Barnard at number 2. So it looks like that one's over, and that's going to go to a changeover. 3-2 is the set score. Sophie Schmidt will be up to serve on court 6 here shortly, I believe. So heading over to court 4 now. This is Muskan Gupta, sophomore from India. That one's long. You know, I always come into my broadcasts, at least, and we always talk about how Muskan, she's got all this potential, the Vanderbilt match. We kind of seem like we're on a script. And then for the people they just see her and she doesn't quite perform up to what we're talking about. So I'm really hoping today that she lives up to what we know she is as a player.
Yeah, she's a very strong player. She's got really good power. Struggled a little past few matches, but I wouldn't put it past her to go ahead and maybe dominate this match. Because she's really, it looks like she's kind of like in confidence right now, a little hesitant, especially in the matches that come down to the wire. She sometimes tends to be a little bit more defensive than being on the attack, making the game, forcing the game instead of letting the game come to her.
Just 3-6 singles record, 3-5 doubles record.
Now she just went up another.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about, Zachary. Now we're in business.
Well, gotta slow down. Not quite yet.
I have to pump some sunshine into this broadcast. All right. Court 2. This is Lydia Burrows. Oh, there we good job there. She really seems to be controlling the point of attack right now. And that's what you expect from someone we've just got a Love Star Alexis has a chance now
to bagel.
The big donut. She's up 5-0 in this first set right now. On Austin Keys, Topolovich.
You just said the big donut, and I take exception to that.
Why do you take exception?
A bagel is not a donut.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Sorry, I just love donuts.
Love Star Alexis might be trying to make one of her own right now. She's got a chance now. Man, I'm happy because I talked about how great Love Star was during doubles point, and it kind of seemed like it got away from her there. I mean, she was broken to love on that final service game of hers on court 2. But she seems to flip the switch. Has a chance now to. See, they are playing let.
They are playing.
I told you I wasn't crazy. Thank you, chair, umpire. Proving me right.
And it looks like Alex Topolovic right now is ahead.
Just a little long there. I think this sets, knock on wood. Apparently our viewers did not knock on wood during doubles point. I'm asking. Knock on wood that, anything happen. I think this set's probably lost. Probably. Even if they were up 40 with 40-0, 40 love, I would probably be like, with the way it went. But this set's probably lost. But I think they can. What you're doing right now is you try and find a way to say, okay, this one kind of just got away from me. It happens. I've got 2 more sets to bring it back.
And then just get your momentum going to that next set, right?
Yeah.
Well,
it looks like we have a break in favor of Austin P, though, on court 1. Fabian Schmidt up 4-2 against Lee Barnard. Seems to be the area of lead for Austin P in these first sets. Just caught the line. Great shot there.
as this one is 40-15, so
Yeah. I love having crowds, and we do have a bit of a crowd. They've started to kind of flow in. It's early. I expect we'll have more for the Xavier match later in the afternoon. But it's kind of what's nice about not having the biggest crowd is that you can kind of hear the chair umpire as well. Double fault there.
it's a 40-30.
Yep. Close start. Gonna be happy about that one. You don't celebrate it, but you just kind of, like, yay.
Maybe get you back some momentum.
No. One caught the tape as well. Second serve here. Can Love Star get on this?
Deciding
long
point.
Yeah. Set point here for Love Star Alexis. And for the 6-0 if she is able to win this point here.
Update on court number 6. Lily Sophie just got broken, so that match is now 3-3 on serve.
Yeah. But MTSU still has breaks on court 2, court 4.
And 5.
And obviously, yeah, the one we're watching right now. And again, struggling really with this first serve right now. Love Star Alexis should likely have an opportunity to latch on to this return and get herself maybe an advantage in this point. Caught it. There you
There
go.
it is.
So there it is. 6-0.
The
Love
bagel.
Star Alexis.
Not the donut, the bagel.
The bagel. It is a bagel indeed. So there you go. That is a big one for MTSU and for Love Star Alexis. She takes the first set, and that's the first set that has been taken. They
Yes.
ran through that one. We are now going to court 3. This is Zani Barnard. But man, oh man, was that a heck of a win for MTSU.
And she's up 5-3.
Yeah, Zani has been able to get back in this one. This one's kind of been a little bit back and forth, but now Zani able to claw out a break. Now serving for this set. Couldn't quite get that one over. First serve not quite getting where it needs to be for Zani Barnard. See if she can do something with this second serve. That one was long. So again, chance now for Zani Barnard. Up 5-3 in this first set, serving for the set right now. That would give MTSU 2 first set victories. They would be back in the driver's seat for now. Oh, that's a tough one. That was such a close match. Quick update, though. Muskan Gupta, though, she has won her first set against Austin Peay's Palladini Jennings. So MTSU has taken now 2 first sets, and then Zani Barnard still has a chance to make it 3. That would be a great start to these singles matches after a really rough doubles point. Zani Barnard, that's just such an unfortunate way to lose a point. I thought she had that point won at 2 or 3 occasions, but very well done by Austin Peay's Yana later. Stay alive. Oh, and then the bounce just doesn't go her way that time. That's tennis for you, though, Zachary.
Definitely. Just one crazy bounce.
Why I tried to gun that one in, and it just went long, and that is a break in favor of Austin Peay. So Zani Barnard misses the chance to close out the set. Zachary, how many times? I mean, listen, it happens, okay? I'm not saying that she missed a chance at finishing her set. No one else in the history of tennis has ever done this. Like, listen, I've watched enough Roger Federer matches to know that man, sometimes it just doesn't. Old fed, not in his prime fed, but it happens, right?
Right.
Holding your serve is not always a guarantee.
Well,
as we're on court 1, this is Lee, who
She's
is down 2-5.
Serving to extend the set. Oh.
Yeah.
And she did extend the set.
she got it.
Hey, update on court 6, though. Sophie Schmidt's now up a break.
Fighting hard. Lydia Burrows still up a break as of right now. And Lee did indeed hold her serve. And if she can get a break here, she's got a chance to get it back on serve. Again, even if she can push this set out to be a little bit longer, get a little bit of positive momentum heading in her way, that would be really big. But again, to continue my point, again, it happens. Sometimes you just don't close out your set. Especially in college tennis, breaks happen a lot today. And through all of the matches we've covered here on MTN Sports.
That's why it's so big to go up those 2 breaks that she's up. Because then you have that little leeway of, oh, hey, I didn't close this one out, but now I still have 2 more opportunities to set it out, to close it out.
Yeah, I think it just becomes an issue for MTSU because it seems to always come to bite them whenever they lose.
Yes.
I mean, we saw it in the Marshall match. It almost got them against Kennesaw State, actually, I believe.
It did.
Yeah, and that one got a lot closer than I think a lot of us expected on that broadcast that day.
Ball State, it got them.
Yeah.
They were up a couple of.
Yeah.
Let me pull up that box score. Real
Yeah,
quick.
I mean it's a continuing trend, and
So,
I think
on court
Go
number
ahead.
1, Lee had a chance to close out the match, had double match point, and she ended up losing that, and then lost that last set 7-6 in that tiebreak.
yeah, it's a storyline, and it's not one that you want. And it's something they're going to have to work out if, like they said, they want to go from being a good team to a great team in Conference USA.
And they definitely have the potential.
Absolutely. Yeah, and listen, we're still just now really getting close to the halfway point of the season. I think this pretty much is, give or take a couple matches, the halfway point. So we're in the middle segment as we're watching Court 3 again. So there you go. See, there's Zani. Rifles that one down. Now we're going to quickly switch over now to Court 1 for her sister Lee.
This is the middle match of the whole season.
Did you count it?
I did count it, so you're exactly
yeah,
right.
So 60% of the time, I'm right every time. So
5% of the time, I'm right every time.
There you go. So
you got me beat.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what they need. Keeping it actually here on 3.
Oh,
we're waiting on Court 1 to come open. Love Star Alexis actually held her opening serve on Court 5.
Well, actually, it's 5-4 now on Court number 3.
Yeah, and Court 1 actually finished up to it. Fabian Schmidt ends up taking that first set 6-3 on Court 1 over MTSU's Lee Barnard.
And there was actually a scoring
cold serve
mishap on Court number 6. Sophie is down 4-3. They're still on serve.
Down.
But the official put it up wrong.
So that one's, again, that's on serve. And just some quick updates from the second sets. Muskan Gupta and Love Star Alexis have both held serve. And of course, they won their opening sets. Love Star Alexis 6-0. Muskan Gupta with a breadstick 6-1. So good start on the bottom of the lineup. So props to Zachary. His key to victory. The bottom definitely has the advantage so far, but I believe in Lydia and Zani and even Lee to get back into these. But yeah, Zani, it's 5-all now on that third court. And that's what we're watching right now.
And again, on Court number 2, Lydia is up a break.
Yeah, like we said, it's a lot to keep our eyes out on for. But the path to victory open for both sides. Anyone's contest. So that one goes wide. So can Zani bounce back? Had that chance to serve out the first set. Couldn't quite do it. Now a chance to hold serve. And at worst, force a tiebreak. Long again. Much better service game so far for Zani.
Huge update on Court 2.
Yeah, and Court 2 just went final in the first set as well. Lydia Burrows taking it over Danielle Morris 6-3. So 3 first set victories for MT so far. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow.
What a forehand there.
She rifled that. Wow. That was a great shot as well from Yana later, but a better answer. So it's 6-5 now over on that court for Zani Barnard. It's that worst case scenario that goes to a tiebreak. This is Lily Sophie Schmidt. This is court 6 where Lily Sophie Schmidt was able to hold her serve. We're at 4-all on this one. This could be the X factor right here, Zachary. It's going to have to be either her or Zani that has to win, assuming that the first set advantages all go in favor of MT, which is always a big assumption in these matches, but for the sake of argument, we'll say that they do. What a story it would be if Lily Sophie Schmidt ended up being the decider. But still a ways to go. And this match is going on right behind us, and it's 4-all right now. But we're going to go to a split screen. This is court 6 on your right, court 3 on your left. And again, these are both still in the first set. The last match is in the first set still. As court 1 is just getting underway in its second set, I see, as is court 2. You can see them So again, 6-5 advantage of Zonnie Barnard on your left, and it's 4-all on the court 6. That one long from later. That one long from Anna Albertson for Austin Peay. A lot of points going in favor of MT. And just saw an update coming in. Muskan Gupta has broken Austin Peay's Palladini Jennings in her first service game. So Muskan Gupta has that break in the second set, and that is a big one. We talked about it, Zachary, how important it is for Muskan Gupta to get going, and she seems to be living up to it. So we'll check on her later. But for right now, we're watching these two first sets. So they're coming down to their end. 5-4 is now the score on court 6. Lily Sophie Schmidt serving to stay alive. Another point here. Zonnie Barnard, I think she's got a chance here. I think these are breaks coming up here.
Yes. So
And that would be for the set.
And then you have your path to victory that you've
Yep,
been
you've
talking
got
about.
4. That's
you got
4.
4.
Once again, court 6 on a changeover, so we'll keep our eyes peeled on our left side here. It's that one. Zonnie called it long. Again, no Hawkeye or anything of the sort for those that have watched tennis on TV before.
It's an honor system.
That one does find its way in. So Zonnie Barnard takes the first set on court 3, 7-5. And how nice is it, the fact that in the earlier matches when Zonnie had that chance to close it out, she went for the smash and it missed. This time she gets a chance and it connects. And that's got to feel good for her. That's a big confidence booster. And like you pointed out, Zachary, that's 4. So that's the pathway to victory is there now for MTSU. They have 4 first set victories.
But on court number 2, Lydia actually dropped the first break point. So
there you go. Like I say, it's buckle in. It's going to be a long day, which is not what MTSU wanted, but Lydia can always come back. Long. So just an update on court 5. Court 5 is a little out of hand, but in favor of MTSU, Zachary. It's currently 3-0. It is 9 straight games for Love Star Alexis.
Well, the cheer on the second game. So I was like, that's a very long game going on right there. And then she just put up both of those two last games, and now she's up, like you said, 9 straight games.
Chance for the fabled double bagel. But still halfway to go for that. Full command there. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Lee Barnard held on her first serve against Fabian Schmidt. Good start. And again, keeping an eye out on court 6 here. Lily Sophie Schmidt serving to stay alive in this set. It's 4-5. Couldn't quite get it over. Again, just keeping track of it. Muskan looks like she's up a double break now. So Muskan is on a warpath. So 4 and 5, doing really well today for MTSU. And again, Zachary, I always like to say that there is, in my opinion, a definite bonus when you see on that scoreboard that your team is picking up a couple of first sets. And you see that you are definitely turning the tide. And I think it gives a lot of motivation to be like, all right, we're in this. We've got a chance. And then hearing, as that one goes long for Lily Sophie Schmidt.
Point.
Yeah, I think she's in danger over here now. But I think there's a definite bonus for hearing the cheers and everyone, and sometimes you'll start hearing the Go Blue Raiders and throughout the arena.
Especially after you drop that very crucial doubles point.
Yeah.
You go down and you're like, oh, well, now I have to win 4. I have to win 4 singles, and it's not and you look up at the scoreboard and like, well, we've already taken 4 first sets. So right now we are on pace to win, and that really motivates the team. It gets them into it.
Yeah, and Lily Sophie Schmidt, she dodged one opportunity for a set point.
And then look at court 1.
Yeah, let's see. Court 1, there's a break in favor of Lee Barnard, but again, she did have one earlier, so it's all about how that one ends. That's a good start, though, in that second set. But again, we're watching court 6. So Lily Sophie Schmidt serving to stay alive. She's in a bit of danger, though. And missed.
And right there, those were 4 unforced errors there from.
Yeah. That's it. That's set going in favor of Austin P. Topolovich taking that one 6-4 over Lily Sophie Schmidt. So Austin P, they've gotten 2 now. So at the moment, it's 4-3 in favor of MTSU.
Do you want to go to court number 4?
Let's go to court 4.
Let's go to court 4.
Let's do that.
Let's
take a look at Muskan Gupta, how she's doing. I'm so excited that she's doing good. I'm so happy because
we highlighted her.
Yes. And I feel like I talk about it every time we do women's broadcasting. Well, she gets right there. All right, I see how it is. All right, dude.
Let's go back to court number 3.
It looks like that one's about to get underway in just a little bit. But, yeah, we can stay on court 4 for now. As it looks like court 2, the break was consummated by Danielle Morris against Lydia Burrows. But, yeah, I mean, it's so nice to see Muskan doing well right now. Hopefully she can use this as a springboard because I'm assuming she'll probably play again later today if she can close this one out.
Well, definitely. Unless Noelle comes in and takes her spot.
Which I don't think so. I think that's more than likely that she would
take
for Lily Sophie Schmidt or I think that's more likely.
Potentially Love Star, but Love Star is
I don't think Love Star is getting pulled anytime soon, barring some sort of injury or something like that occurring. I think she's just playing so well ever since that doubles point kind of went against her. And that's part of the strategy. I think that's why Lily Sophie Schmidt was put into that role. That's a great ace there.
Well,
as Palladini Jennings for
takes
Austin
the game.
P. Gets a game, so she's on the board in this second set on court 4. And now I think we're going to head on over. Let's see. So this is Lee Barnard. She's up 2-0. She's got the break, looking to consummate it here with a hold of serve. This is against Fabian Schmidt for Austin P. And again, this one went in favor of Austin P. 6-3 in the first set. But now MTSU with a chance to strike back. And wouldn't it be something if courts 1 and 2 flipped a little bit here? Because court 1, it's 2-0 in favor of MTSU. And on court 2, it's 2-0 in favor of Austin P. And court 2 won first set.
But again,
MTSU.
if you're MTSU, you want Lydia to take that first set. And you want to go ahead and finish off these matches.
Yes.
Because in 2 hours and 20 minutes, you have another match.
Yeah, I wonder how much downtime they're going to get.
3 hours and 20 minutes.
3 hours, yeah. It's probably going to be about an hour and a half, give or take, of downtime. Have a couple bananas, some apples, things like that.
Gatorade.
Yeah.
Maybe a bagel or two.
Love Star definitely handing them out at the moment. Up 3-0 on that. Fifth court. Actually, I was wondering why it seemed like I haven't heard anything from that. I'm making quick peek. Rainer or something out there tending top 11. Right shirt, right. Austin Peay's top 11. So that's really interesting. You can kind of see it in the top left corner of your screen right now. That's where court 5's at. Score 1 heads into the changeover there. So that is a development to watch. That might be why that match has gotten so out of hand in favor of MTSU. Not to discredit Love Star Alexis for her performance, but that might be why, as it was a break in favor of Fabian Schmidt on court 1 against Lee Barnard. So there you go. But I'm not quite sure if we're not given a serve indicator on court 2. It looks like Lydia Burrows was able to nab one. So I don't know if that is a break for Lydia or if it was a hold of serve. I'm pretty sure that's a break, isn't it? So there you go. They seem to be twinning today. Because, yeah, look, it's almost like a reverse because it was 3-6 in favor of Austin Peay on court 1 and 6-3 in favor of MTSU. And now it's 2-1, so it's Gemini. Yeah, so court 5 looks like that one's about to get back underway in just a second.
And we're here for our courtside reporter on court number 2. We are down a break, so Lydia is still down that break.
So it's still down the break. Okay, I was wondering because they were up. It looked like 2-0.
Yes.
And then it went 2-1. So I wasn't quite sure. Like I said, the serve indicator's down. That usually is our indicator for breaks. But it's not functional at the moment, but we'll see. We'll keep you updated on court 2. This is court 5, though. This is Love Star Alexis, who's up 6-0, 3-0 in this match right now. And it would feel pretty good for MT if they were able to stick a very quick singles win up, get Love Star rested, but it also immediately wipes that doubles point off the board and brings it to evens. But then you basically just have a best of 5 from there, Zachary. It becomes best 3 out of 5. It looks like Zani Barnard held her first serve on court 3. That's on the far side of the front court here. You can't quite see it from our angle on court 5, but you can catch court 1. So far, so good for MTSU in the singles, but it's all about how they close it out. And it can start here with Love Star Alexis. That one goes long. Lily Sophie Schmidt is into her first service game now, as Anna Albertson held the opening serve. That ends the one the back side of the courts here, the Adams Tennis Complex.
And then on court 1, they're back on serve.
Yeah, that was back on serve from earlier where Fabian Schmidt had that break. But looks like the other Barnard sisters doing well, though. Break in favor of Zani Barnard against Austin Peziana later, so an advantage over there for the other Barnard twin. And so again, if we're following, that's 3 advantages right now with breaks in the second sets, and those are all ones that MTSU won the first set. So that would be 3 right there. That's 3, and you would just need to pick up court 1, court 2, or court 6, which I think is absolutely doable. Again, still a ways to go in some of those matches. Love Star Alexa still fighting hard, though, to get another break. That one just comes off the bracket.
That was just
Awkwardly.
a little wide.
Yeah, kind of came off awkwardly. But, yeah, Lydia Burrows actually eliminated that break, so they're back on serve on court 2. That's a big update for MT.
A big one for my third key of the game. Well, second key of the game, win quick.
Yeah, win quick, and if they can. What round it would be? Let's play Sunshine here as if MT was able to turn it around. And again, yeah, we just caught it up on that top right side of your screen there, but Lee Barnard just broke Fabian Schmidt, so they are at 2-all right now. So back to even on court 1. Lily Sophie Schmidt held her opening serve on court 6, so 1-all.
I think they're replaying this point.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Something happened with the chair umpire there.
Like Austin P called it out, and then the chair umpire thought it was in.
That one is long, though. That one, no doubt about it. And a little bit of frustration from Austin P. Topolovich, but it is going to be another break for Love Star Alexis on court 5. That's 4-0 now in favor of her and MTSU. That one is looking pretty grim for the Gubs, but it's very, very good for MT. So this is court 4. This is Muskan Gupta up 4-2 in the second set after winning the first set 6-1. So a good position for her. She is serving to the top of your screen. That one wide. Muskan facing a little bit more resistance than she did in the first set. But she flew through that set, as did Love Star Alexis. Those two just absolutely dominated in those opening sets. A big shout coming out from Paladini Jennings. He's really been, seems like she's been behind the 8-ball for quite some time. But she's fighting hard in that second set against Muskan Gupta. This is court 5, though. Love Star Alexis up 4-0. Goodness gracious. I mean, Love Star's playing on fire. Unfortunately, Topolovich seems to be having some either like wrist or some shoulder issues. I mean, this is just one of those games.
That shot from Love Star right there, that was unfair.
That was quite a shot. Again, the match score over here is 6-0. 4-0, and it looks like it might turn to 5-0 here soon if Love Star keeps it up. This could very well be a double bagel here, which you do not see very often, even against teams where there is a very distinct advantage, a difference between skill. You do not see that very often. And a couple more updates.
And again, this Austin P team
is good.
Is good.
Yeah, very good.
Again, 33-4 in the last 3 years.
That one long from Love Star. But again, just a couple updates again. Fabian Schmidt broke Lee Barnard back. So that one, again, just keeps going back and forth. But the advantage is in favor of Austin P on court 1. But Maybe Schmidt has to consummate that break. She's on her serve right now at 3-2. Sonny Barnard at 3-0 in the second set. Court 6 still at 1-all. Court 2 is on serve. Lydia Burrows is up 3-2 with Austin P serving. And Court 4, Muskan Gupta. Looks like that match is, that one's still going on at 4-2 in favor of Muskan Gupta, who's trying to hold on to her break and has the chance to have an opportunity if she does so, holds that serve to serve for the match. Assuming that she just wouldn't immediately break back. But again, we're watching Court 5. This is Love Star Alexis looking to keep her match score unblemished. One hits.
Well, 5-0, 6-0, 5-0.
6-0, 5-0.
Well,
yeah, I mean, it's just not going Tupelovich's way today. I don't know what else to say. It happens. I know that feeling where you just seems like nothing you do can work. Plus, it kind of seems like there's a bit of a nagging injury. It stinks. But Lydia Burrows, however,
it's now up a break.
Yep, she's up a break 4-2 now. And this would be, so right now, for count, to count some cards here, Court 2, Court 3, Court 4, Court 5 all have MTSU leads, and they won the first set. Those are all with breaks, as well as Muskan Gupta held at that really tight 4-2 juncture on Court 4. And it looks like MTSU, well, Zach, they might be getting out of this one a little bit earlier than we thought if they manage to hold on here, because remember, these singles get retired, so the matches will be over the minute one team hits 4, and it looks like MTSU's got that chance. They could pick up 2 quick ones on courts 4 and 5 if they're able to close it out. And Love Star Alexis is going to be serving for the match on Court 5 here in a little bit. They're at the changeover right now.
On court number 3,
yeah, Zani. Yeah, Zani's 4-0, double break.
Again, something you really want to see. But now,
but again, the 4-0 number is a bit spooky. And big one from Lydia Burrows. I wonder if we can quickly go over to Court 5, because Love Star Alexis is serving for the match and for the double bagel. That'd be the 6-0, 6-0 if she manages to hold this serve.
I don't think she's serving. She's receiving, though.
Is she? Maybe the yeah, that would make sense because she was. Yeah, okay, so there was a bit of an error on the scoreboard. That's okay. So for Court 4 is on your left. That's Muskan Gupta.
But now here it comes. The thing that we highlighted multiple times in the Open, and then it costs the doubles point.
It's closing.
Can they finish off a match?
Yep. That's what separates the good from the great, and the great from the excellent.
And the excellent from the perfect.
I suppose so. Yeah, they're receiving. That's a bit of a scoreboard error. I thought that was a bit weird. I was like, I thought Love Star was just serving. But, yeah, she is indeed receiving here. This is 6-0, 5-0 in favor of Love Star Alexis, and Muskan Gupta just needs one more game as well to win her match. So opportunities here for MT. I'm going to make a prediction. One of these is going to go final here. One of these girls are going to break for MTSU, and they're going to win.
I'm going to make a prediction. Both of them are going to for MTSU.
Yeah. I like where your head's at.
Get on court number 3. Zani is serving to go at 5-0. She has a potential for a bagel, too. Everyone's getting a bagel today so far.
Well, she also did drop a couple of those chances to start out the first set. She did end up doing it, but definitely a lot harder than she expected. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Wow. A little bit of a pop off there from Love Star Alexis. Yeah, but it looks like Austin P might just snag one back as Fabian Schmidt has broken Lee Barnard again on court 1. So chance for Austin P to get on the board in singles coming up here. Fabian Schmidt's going to be serving for the set at 5-2. And that's also for the match as well. But other than that, again, Lydia Burrows is also at 5-2 now. So we've got, let's see, 3 matches where one more game would equal victory for MTSU. And then obviously Zani Barnard is up now 5-0. She just completed her service game. So now we've got 4 games that all could go final at any moment. And it looks like, no, I thought Muscon was maybe going up. She's just getting a ball. So many games going on. I'm kind of looking like The Weeknd during the Super Bowl halftime show where I'm like looking all around and like there's so much happening. But again, we're watching courts 4 and 5 right now. Couldn't quite get that one over. And Love Star. I don't think it's too much for Schmidt State. Love Star is probably going to win the match. I think at this point she's battling to try and maintain that the perfect match score here. Meanwhile, Lily Sophie Schmidt and Anna Albertson, I'm going to go ahead and say that one's probably not going to finish.
Muscon.
But Muscon has also just now won her match on court 4. That is going final at 6-1, 6-2 in favor of Muscon Gupta. She showed up. She did what we've advertised her to do for a while now. And MTSU is now on the board, but I get the feeling that they're going to rack up a couple more points as well here in a little bit. So it's 1-1 at the moment in the match score, but
deciding point.
yeah, I believe this is match point right here. So this is
it.
This is for the bagel. This is for the match. But can Topolovic, Frost P get on the board? That one's long. So second serve is going to be coming up here now. Chance for
the double bagel.
The double bagel in the match. And this would put MTSU at 2-1 if Love Star manages to get it. Oh,
well, she got it.
That's a really rough way to go out. Just not Topolovic's day, unfortunately. It's 6-0, 6-0 in favor of Love Star Alexis. Great win for her and for MT. And now, just like that, 2 quick ones.
Yes. Well, both of our predictions were right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's so keeping an eye on that. So now let's just need 2 more. And court 3 here, Zani Barnard. It's 5-0 in this second set. And we'll also have to keep an eye on court 2. Lydia Burrows is up 5-2 and receiving in that second set. And that's it. So 2 games. 2 games is all it takes for MTSU to take the win here. And Zachary, I'm again, as we have court 2 on your left, court 3 on your right. Zachary, I'm going to go out ahead. I'm going to be Nostradamus for a second. I'm going to say that MTSU is probably going to end up winning these matches. Probably.
I mean, what gave you that idea? The 5-0 or the 5-2?
That's a hunch.
Just a hunch.
But I think we've really got to give a lot of credit to MTSU because the way they lost that doubles point, that for most other teams probably could have shattered them.
Yes.
But they managed to immediately say, because there was not much of a break between singles and doubles. It was about 2 minutes, and they were just right onto the court, doing the coin tosses and everything.
But see, these matches still aren't over yet because of the tendency of the Lady Raiders to
Yeah,
not
that
be able
one's
to
long,
finish.
so Zonnie Barnard just
messed up a little bit
6-0.
too soon.
Yeah, that's a 6-0 on the
Another bagel.
second set. So 7-5, 6-0. The final score. Zonnie Barnard takes that one on court 3 over Yana later for Austin Peay. It's 3-1 now in favor of MTSU. It's going to come down to this one. More than likely, Lydia Burrows up 5-2 in the second set. She had won the first set 6-3. That one a little bit long from Lydia. But, yeah, I mean, that's a really big turnaround. And I've got to give a lot of credit to the MTSU ladies.
And, again, the strength of this women's tennis team is not the doubles play. It's the singles play.
Yeah.
Especially the bottom of that lineup. Yes, Sophie's struggling right now, but that...
I mean, it's 2-all.
That's
She lost
true.
the first set.
That's true.
Close. So.
But 4 and 5 is usually where MTSU, if they win 4 and 5, they win that match.
Yeah.
Every time.
So again, we're going to focus in now. Court 1 just went final, though, for Austin Peay. As Fabian Schmidt beats Lee Barnard 6-3, 6-2. So Austin Peay does nab one in the singles play. So it's 3-2 now in match score. But again, we're watching Court 2. As Lydia Burrows just needs one more game. And she will clinch the match and the overall score for the Blue Raiders. That one was long for Danielle Morris.
Morris did not like that. As this coming up is match point.
Yep, match point here for Lydia Burrows, and this is for the overall win. That one. Looks like we're going to have deciding point here. Can Danielle Morris stay in it? Oh, just missed it, but that is indeed, that's the match, and that is the overall score finalized. It will be 4-2 in favor of MTSU. MTSU, they bounce back after losing a heartbreaking doubles point. They win 4 singles matches in pretty decisive fashion, Zachary, and that is all she wrote. So a big win for MTSU and another win against a very good Austin Peay team. And they continue. This is now 3 wins in a row for MTSU. They're now at 5-5 on the season. And, yeah, so that wraps it up for our singles coverage, and that wraps it up for our match. MTSU winning over Austin Peay by a final score of 4-2. And I believe we might be taking a quick break as we prepare for our post-game coverage. And we'll talk to Coach Bailey Duvall. And again, this is MTN Sports coverage of Blue Raider tennis on the Conference USA Network. inside the Adams Tennis Complex in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm Nathan Vaughn. Joined alongside me is Zachary. And, well, Zach, we just came off of a surprising couple of results. MTSU, they end up winning against Austin Peay by a final score of 4-2, but not necessarily in the ways that we were expecting. We can recap the matches really quickly before Coach Bailey Duvall comes up for our coaches interview. And POG, doubles point. That was one we outlined as being very important. MTSU had a lot of advantages, including a 4-0 lead at one point on the court one doubles, but they ended up losing that doubles point to Austin Peay in very heartbreaking fashion. 6 straight games going to Austin Peay's number 1 doubles team, and they ended up taking that point. But then singles started, and MTSU got out to another early lead, and we were like, okay, let's err on the side of caution, and they never gave it up, Zachary. They closed it out.
Exactly, and then going back to that doubles point, something else that we highlighted at the beginning of the match was finishing off matches. And in the doubles, they just weren't able to do that. Especially when you saw in court one with Lydia and Lee, they went up 4-0, and then they dropped those next 6.
Right.
But again, then they went to singles, and then they took care of business. Love Star went 6-0, 6-0, and then on court number 3, Zani was won the first set 7-5, then won that second set 6-0. And I think we are ready for a coach's interview.
Yeah. Coach Bailey Duvall joins us again. Coach, that was a bit of a roller coaster. Bit unexpected, a couple results. What are your thoughts from today's match?
Well, I mean, all these matches you've seen, we basically are at an amusement park, right? Because we have roller coasters every single match, it seems. Overall, good. You know, we expected the singles to be pretty dominant. A lot of us are playing really good and then doing the patterns that we work on. You know, it's just the doubles again. We're just working on our mindset and we take the Nike slogan. And we just say, just do it. You know, we stop second-guessing ourselves. We just play. We just do it. And once we all are on board with that, I think things are going to really start shifting. So I'm hoping this happens here in the afternoon match.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked by the way the doubles ended, but I was more shocked by how resilient the team responded in singles. They kind of got that early lead again, and we thought, okay, maybe we're going to go back and forth again. But they really never gave it up. You know, Love Star, 6-0, 6-0, and she goes out and dominates Muskan as well. What can you say about the resiliency of your team today?
I mean, it's good. I think now everyone's getting that mindset that we're playing for the team, and each win is important, and each match is important. And I'm hoping that, you know, this continues to resonate with them, that no matter, even if we lose a doubles point, which we've done the last 3 matches in a row, we came back and were able to get the singles. You know, we all want the doubles. We understand what the doubles mean at the beginning, but we got to hunker down and make sure that we get the 4 points in the singles.
Well, Coach, you actually just took my question I was about to ask you. But what do you tell your team going into that singles play, especially dropping those doubles points, and then coming back and winning those last 3 matches, just 4 straight singles?
I mean, like I said in the previous ones, it's usually we've done this before. We've been here, and we also know that we can still win. So to not have a defeated mindset and to know that the match isn't over until it's over, and then we're going to play every point. So we get out there in the singles matches and singles courts, and we kind of get after it.
And then obviously, I guess there is some success in the fact that you all got a little bit out of singles quickly, and now you get a bit of a longer break to kind of prepare for Xavier, take a break, get some food into you. Any thoughts about how you guys are going to rest up in this little break you have?
Well, we got some food here. Our lunch arrived, so the girls get some fuel in them. They kind of relax their minds then before we get kind of going in another couple hours. So it's really the kind of the goal. You kind of have a good match in the morning, kind of give a little time separation. We did the clinch format so that once it's done, that we can kind of stop and then we can kind of rest and get ready for the next one.
Could you give us a quick preview of what to expect for Xavier in the second match of the doubleheader?
Xavier, I'm very familiar with, whether it's me when I was playing as a college player or coaching over at my previous institution. I see Xavier every single year, and I know Doug, the coach there, and how he coached. And 2 years ago, we lost 4-3. And, we kind of know what to expect. We know it's very well is going to be another dogfight. And so we're hoping this year that we come out on top, though.
Yeah, again, just highlighting Love Star. She had such an incredible day in singles, winning 6-0, 6-0. What does she bring to the table that you really liked and saw today?
I've been kind of, gradually watching Love Star and paying attention to whether or not she's getting her groove and getting back into it since the last year she didn't play that much. And like I've said before, the more matches she played, the better she's going to get. And really kind of getting in that. Her serve is really coming along. She's serving well. Working on her stepping in a little bit more, taking away a little bit more time. She's doing that good. Her mental toughness is starting to build again. So we're excited and looking forward to how she's going to finish out the season. But I'm proud of her. We don't see too many 6-0, 6-0 sets in college centers, so it's kind of an anomaly. So we went on ahead and made her MVP.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you and wish you luck again later today.
Thank you, guys.
And Coach kind of hinted at it there and kind of spoiled it, but the player of the game, I feel was pretty obvious to most people that watched it. But of course, our POG player of the game, it's going to be going over to Love Star Alexis, the sophomore from Canada, and we're happy to talk to her today. Love Star, how you feeling? So again, a 6-0, 6-0. Again, Coach said that you don't usually see that so often. What went so right in that matchup for you?
Well, I feel like I was just taking my time, not trying to rush anything and keeping my calm. I think that helped me win 6-0 and not set back.
Well, I mean, way to cut it close. I mean, all those sets were really close. But actually, I'm going to write out my partner real quick. In that second set, it was 5-0, and I think you were up 40-15. And then Nathan over here, he said, well, it looks like she's going to double bagel. And then before you know it, it's 40-40. I mean, this could be your chance to get on to Nathan right here in front of.
I have confidence in her.
That last game, actually, I was down 15. No. Like, it was never 15-40, I think.
My bad, sorry.
It was 30-all, and then she
30-all, yes.
Yeah, it was the other, yeah.
That was it, yes.
See, I have confidence. See, I'm right. So, yeah, again, Love Star, a big day from you, especially after the way that doubles point went. I'm sure that was kind of a heartbreaking way to lose it. What was kind of the team talk in there that made you guys bounce back so strongly in singles?
Well, it happens often that we have to fight the 4 singles, like when we lose doubles. So it was just a mindset that, like, well, we're not thinking about the doubles point. We're just winning our singles and do it what we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And then obviously you guys have a little bit of a break, and you have to play Xavier.
Yeah.
What's going to be kind of your process to kind of rest up and get ready for that one?
Well, I get something to eat, obviously, and I don't know, just try to have the same mindset as I did in my match and trying to keep my calm. Yeah.
Well, Love Star, so you're from Montreal, so
Yes.
Seeing all the snow last week here and seeing all of the Tennesseans freak out about it, what was your thoughts on us freaking out about 4 or 5 inches of snow?
Well, I told my teammates, this is not snow. This is not snow. Like, we don't miss school the whole week for that. This is like the first snowfall that we have. Yeah, I found it funny.
Well, Love Star, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
singles win, and we hope you pick up a couple more later today. So, again, thank you, Love Star, for joining us.
Thanks to you.
All right, well, that is going to pretty much wrap up our coverage. Again, MTSU ends up clinching this one 4-2. Zachary, a pretty good day in the office after a rough start, but they came back, bounced back, and hopefully that gives them a bit more momentum for Xavier later tonight. And again, that is going to be here. We're going to be covering that on MTN Sports, CUSA TV, and you are going to want to tune in.
2 hours and 14 minutes.
Yeah, so do not go too far away from whatever setup you have. Again, we want to thank MT Athletics for allowing us to stream these matches, and we also want to thank the Adams Tennis Complex for helping make this possible.
If you missed this or any of the previous matches, you can watch them right here on CUSA.tv. Just click on the MT logo. For the full schedule of men's and women's matches, visit MiddleTennesseeNews.net. Click on our MTN Sports page.
Absolutely. And again, like we said, we're going to be back here in about 2 hours and change. We're going to switch around the setup a little bit. Zachary, I think you're going to go out and be our reporter for a little bit here.
I am courtside reporter.
Yeah, and again, you can actually see the Xavier women. They're starting to roll in now again, so we've got a little bit of time before that starts. But we're also going to rest up. We're going to get some food in us, and we're going to get ready to go. So, again, for Zachary Lone, I am Nathan Vaughn. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been MTN Sports, your home for MTSU Blue Raiders tennis. So long.